Welcome back to Face to Face. I'm excited to be here talking with students, faculty, and staff innovators about what they're working on and how they're making a difference in the real world. My guests today are first-generation juniors studying electrical engineering, the same major I studied during my undergraduate days. These two sisters have been building a community focused on empowering women in STEM. They are also featured in the UC Davis episode of The College Tour, which is available on Amazon Prime. Please join me in welcoming Vanessa and Victoria Liera to Face to Face. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Great to have you. First, just tell us where you're from, what got you interested in electrical engineering, what pulled you in?
So I'm Victoria. I'm Vanessa. Yeah, it's okay if you can't tell us apart. It's fine.
I can't.
So we're originally from Los Angeles, California. We both decided to major in electrical engineering. We were kind of just interested after taking a robotics class in middle school, and I thought that was really cool. I liked how things work, and to my knowledge, I thought that was all electrical engineering was until I came, and it wasn't. But I still enjoy it. It is challenging at times, but we kind of decided to do it together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, it's not like we said, let's choose the same major when we were looking for majors in high school. We were both just really interested in math and science in high school. We both enjoyed the robotics class that she was talking about. Mm-hmm. So I think we just both wanted to explore that. And I think having each other in the same classes has helped us, even through challenging times. We study together, work on, homework together. So it's been quite a ride.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard about this thing called coffee.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about what that is and what the goal of that group is?
Yeah, so Coffee is the Club of Future Female Electrical Engineers.
Cool.
We originally started this club to kind of support, future generations of women who want to pursue electrical engineering, but also even in the community and electrical and computer engineering. The purpose of it is to promote academics, community, and retention. So that's our goal, basically a support system for women in the major to keep going despite any challenges. We're there to create a community, be there for everyone, in academics, but also as a friend. You don't see a lot of women in electrical engineering.
No, you don't.
So I feel it's important that all the women get to see each other and get to know that we're all here to support each other. And even though college and electrical engineering is challenging, they don't have to go through it alone. And so I feel that's what we're there for. We try our best to provide study hours and any kind of mentorship, because it does get difficult and you can't really go through it alone.
Right.
I've had experiences where I was the only girl in my lab, and I'm okay, this is great. It would be nice though if there was another woman in my class. We just hope to hopefully empower women to just continue and don't be afraid to go forward and take on these male-dominated fields.
This is so important. I'm so excited to hear you guys doing this. Has it been received very well by your fellow students?
Yeah. We first started, I think, 2 years ago, and there was 8 of us. But now, the events are from 30 people, and we now have 100 people on our listserv. So even though last year was virtual, we have grown a lot, and we really tried our best to keep the community going, even through the virtual environment. We've met a lot of people, and I'm excited, once in-person starts again, to actually meet people in person. Mm-hmm. And just create that bond and make it even stronger.
Yeah. Thank you for doing that. It's going to be helpful to everyone on campus. I hear you're also engineering ambassadors. Tell me about that. How's that going?
Okay. So both of us are engineering ambassadors. I think we started last year. So we kind of got the virtual setting of being ambassadors. So we would do live chats, which is basically giving students who, I guess, want to go into engineering, we just give them an insight on what the College of Engineering is like. Usually if we're in person, we would also do events like professional events or community events. So I think that's been really fun just because I get to provide like insight as like electrical engineering, and being an engineering ambassador has also given us other opportunities like doing panels from
Orientations.
Orientations as well. So I think just providing like my insight as a like woman in engineering has been helpful and honestly empowering for me, seeing how other women are interested in STEM. And yeah.
And I think for me, and maybe for Vanessa too, but I feel like being a part of this program was really important, just because I wanted to represent the college in hopes of like finding or crossing paths with other minorities or like Latinas or women, just to show that, you can go into engineering and you can do well, like you can be successful. And I feel like showing my face will hopefully empower them, and, hopefully they won't be scared to go after what they want,
No, that's role models are so important. So that's very true, and we really appreciate that. So you guys have been here 3 years at UC Davis,
Yes.
going into your final year. What do you hope to accomplish this last year?
Oh, man.
Well,
Graduate.
That's one of them.
Well, one thing, like with coffee, like I said before, I really hope it does grow and hopefully empower like more women to join the board of coffee, but also just join the club in general. And also like in academics, hopefully do well, that
sure.
has been my goal since we got here.
Yeah.
We also have senior design. So honestly, I'm excited to learn. I know it's going to be challenging. It's a lot of upper division classes, but I have met other, females in electrical engineering, and Victoria. I mean, she's a female, but like, like friends and my sister. So I think if we all just work on it together or like help each other out, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to learn, and yeah.
Yeah, I think like one non-academic thing I do want to achieve is just like be more like confident and like outgoing. Like imposter syndrome is something that, we both deal with all the time.
It's real.
So even just like having more confidence in myself and just being able to speak up and, answer questions or ask questions too, I think that's one of my goals also this year.
Yeah, believe it or not, I also have imposter syndrome occasionally, so it's real. So what next after graduation? Thought about that?
Yeah, I do want to go into industry, hopefully find a job, and then, my plan was like if I find something that I want to specify in or find more interest in something, then I'd probably go back to grad school for that. If I know we both are kind of like interested in going back to our community and helping in any way, like mentorship or introducing like engineering, STEM, like high schools, or just going back and kind of introducing this stuff early to other minorities and like other, communities. That's what I'd want to do. If I could teach somehow, like I do want to do that. I like teaching, as long as I know what I'm talking about. Like I want to help people. Like once I know what I'm doing, I'm like, yes, let me help you. Like if you don't know, so, and I enjoy doing it. So if I can, after having some experience like in industry and like how things work, I do want to share that knowledge and like experience with other people. Yeah.
What about you, Vanessa?
I mean, our story is pretty similar. I do want to go into industry first, and then see if I also want to specify somewhere, and then go get a master's degree. But like Victoria was saying, how going back to our community, just to give back, because in high school we weren't really introduced to engineering or specifically like electrical either. We took one robotics class in middle school, but when we got to high school it was kind of just like math and science and stuff. So like when we got here, I felt like other people knew more than I did, so we had to work a little harder to be able to keep our grades up. So I think just helping our community, giving them an introduction to what engineering is, So that way, when they do go to college, it's, it's not too difficult for them, or they kind of have an idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so inspiring. Keep it up. I'm really proud of you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, I have to ask this one question that's not on the script.
Okay.
Do you ever try to fool your professors and switch places and do stuff like that?
Well, okay, not our professors, but like we actually did switch classes in elementary school.
Uh-huh.
So I think it was 4th grade.
Yeah.
Did it work?
We told a few of our friends, so a few of them knew, and so they were helping us out because I had no idea what was going on in her class, and she had no idea what was going on in mine. And like our teachers did, we went the whole day like going through it. We even switched glasses, and that was a little confusing, but like we got through it. Yeah, it was
That's
fun.
hilarious. I just had to know.
No, yeah.
Okay, we're going to play a little game.
Okay.
We call this part of the show Hot Seat.
Okay.
And the goal here, I'm going to ask really rapid fire questions.
Oh,
and we're
God.
looking for short or even one word answers. Okay?
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Who is the funnier sister?
Me.
A little conflict there. What is your favorite spot on campus to relax?
The Arboretum.
MU, I think.
Okay, great. Biggest surprise you've encountered so far at UC Davis?
A lot of the new content in electrical engineering.
Course content?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the culture shock, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you're electrical engineers. What are the foundational equations for electrical engineering?
Maxwell's equations.
Excellent. All right, you can graduate now.
You can tell my professors.
Okay, I will. Do you have an engineer who inspired you to get in electrical engineering? Someone you looked up to or read about? Or
I think not before I got to college, but once we did. Hope Bovenzi, we met her here. Once I met her and kind of got her story, I was like, okay, this woman did it. I can do it too.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Same.
I would say that's a good answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. That's a good role model. Yeah. Now it's your turn. You can ask me anything.
Okay. Let me see. I have a question. Oh, what is your favorite part about mentoring future generations of minorities in STEM?
Kind of like what you guys were saying. When I was in school, there weren't many African American students when I was an undergrad in the class or in the lab or anywhere else, and I didn't understand why that was the case, and I wanted to do something about it. So I set out to try to recruit and empower other students like myself into engineering, and I just get a positive fulfillment, sense of positive energy when another student becomes an engineer, successfully graduates, gets a career off the ground, and even now, it just really gives me a charge. That's what I like to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see. What advice would you give to future generations of leaders like us who are, trying to increase diversity in male-dominated fields and just trying to support minorities through systems and institutions that weren't necessarily built for them?
Great question, Victoria. I would say first, you have to believe in yourself. You can do it. We wouldn't have let you in here if you couldn't be successful. Mm-hmm. And you have to try to transfer that to other people that are coming up behind you. And don't let any adversity get you down. Persevere through those things. Everyone has adversity, even the most talented person you know. Mm-hmm. And, we talked about this imposter syndrome. You think that when you face some adversity, you're not supposed to be here. It's not true, because the smartest person here at UC Davis has had some adversity in their lives, including the professors. So you have to persevere through that and continue on. That'd be my advice, is to be confident in yourself and be able to persevere through adversity.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to... one of my goals is confidence next year, so we're gonna work on that.
You're gonna have an electrical engineering degree from UC Davis. You should be confident, right?
That's the goal.
Great. Well, that wraps up another episode of Face to Face with Chancellor May. We want to thank Vanessa and Victoria Liera for joining us. Thanks to all the viewers watching, and we'll see you next time. Let's give them a Go Ags together. Go Ags!